aquarium might be closed for a little while, but curiosity is never canceled. Join us as we dive into mysteries surrounding some of your favorite animals, like turtles. What is a turtle's shell made of? What is the difference between a turtle and a tortoise? Can a turtle leave its shell? Who's faster, you or a turtle? Let's find out.
Quick, think of an animal that's fast. You probably didn't think of a turtle, did you? A turtle might not move as quickly as a cheetah or even a penguin, but every animal is exactly as fast as it needs to be to survive. Pay close attention as we explore turtles. You might find one or two things that a turtle or a tortoise does faster than you. Turtle? Tortoise? What's the difference, really?
A tortoise is just a type of turtle, but there are still some important differences between them. Let's see what we can spot. What differences do you notice in their habitats? Turtles live in water and on land. Tortoises mostly live on land. That's the biggest difference, but let's compare a few more important ones. What differences do you notice in their limbs? Turtles have webbed feet or flippers for swimming. Tortoises have round, stumpy limbs made for moving on land. What differences do you notice in their diets? Although some sea turtles are vegetarians, many turtles, especially those near freshwater, hunt for fish and other animals. Tortoises eat mostly plants with an occasional bug or two for good measure. Which one do you think moves faster? Which one needs to be faster? Animals that hunt for food or swim the seas are usually faster than those that trudge on land and eat meals that don't move much. Shells also reveal clues about a turtle's speed. Flatter shells help turtles move faster through the water.
Think of some other times in a turtle's life when it might need a little speed. Turtles that have to hunt for meals need to be fast. A mata-mata turtle could sit as still as a statue until prey gets close. Young turtles also need to be fast. In the first moments of its life, a sea turtle hatchling tries its very best to hurry. When sea turtles hatch, they scramble across the beach in a big group to start their new lives in the ocean. A slow hatchling could get eaten by a crab or a bird before it reaches the water.
Once a turtle reaches adult size, its list of predators gets much shorter. Its shell usually provides adequate protection from anything big enough to take a bite. Sometimes aquariums and zoos like Shed provide shelter to young endangered turtles until they're big enough to survive on their own. Blanding's turtles are a local species native to North America, including right here in Illinois. They're unfortunately endangered here due to habitat loss, predators, and sometimes people taking them from the wild as pets. Last year, Shed Aquarium welcomed 24 Blanding's turtle hatchlings to live at Shed. We raised them right here, feeding them and providing health care. We marked each one with a non-toxic paint pen and put a number on their shell so we could tell them apart and give each one individual care. Turtle hatchlings like these could spend up to a year living at Shed before they can safely return to the wild. When the time comes for the turtles to leave, we measure and weigh each turtle one more time. We cover the numbers with a black, non-toxic paint pen so that the white markings can't be seen by predators in the wild. This ink will eventually come off as they continue to grow. You might think turtles are slow, but you should see how quickly some of them dive or plop into the water when we re-release them.
Who's faster, you or a turtle? Let's review the evidence. We know every animal is fast when it needs to be, even turtles, but not every turtle needs to be fast all the time. A hatchling races to the ocean straight from the nest. What could you do when you were a baby? Maybe cry or poop? How quickly do you move now? A snapping turtle snaps up a meal quicker than you can blink. How quickly can you snap up your favorite snack? When danger comes near, a painted turtle can pull its head into its shell pretty fast. How quickly can you hide? Long paddle-like flippers give sea turtles swimming speed in the ocean. How do you compare?
Set.
What about a foot race?
Go.
On 2 feet, you might win. But what about on your hands and feet? What about while wearing a shell? Maybe you can still win, but how many things can a turtle do faster than you?
We know shells protect turtles pretty well once they grow up, but how exactly does it help them? What's a turtle shell made of? What do you think a turtle shell is made of?
A turtle's shell is an integral part of its body. It's part of its bone structure. Not only is a turtle shell made of bones, but also keratin, the same thing our fingernails are made of. A turtle's spinal column runs through its shell. The underside of its shell functions the way our ribs do. The two parts join together to protect the turtle. The thick shell of a green sea turtle, like nickel, is enough to protect it from all but the biggest predators in the ocean. In the sea, green sea turtles are relatively fast. They have long flippers in the front, as well as paddle-like feet that allow them to move quickly through the water. They can't pull their limbs and head into their shell like some turtles, but it gives them better range of motion for faster swimming. Nickel lives at shed due to an injury to her shell from a boat. She doesn't have control of her buoyancy. She swims with her rear end up. What problems do you think an injury like this could cause in the wild? Consider Nickel's current swimming speed. Given Nickel's injury, we think she would fare poorly in the wild. Given how slowly she swims, the risk of another boat strike would be a big concern. Do you think she could just leave her shell behind? Can turtles live without their shells? Not only can a turtle not leave its shell, a turtle can't live without one. Fortunately, she has a home at Shed Aquarium where she receives excellent care and plenty of attention. She enjoys different brushes with different bristles on her shell. She even seems to enjoy it when we rub her shell with the hard side of the brush. Instead of seagrass, like many sea turtles eat, Nickel eats roughly 5 heads of various greens every day. Speaking of greens, do you know how green sea turtles got their name? Most turtles have some shade of green on their shell, but only one species earned the name green sea turtle. Not only are green sea turtles green on the underside, like most turtles, they also are green on the inside. Think about what they eat. Green sea turtles eat so many greens, it turns their insides green. Green sea turtles have a green layer of fat under their shell.
If your insides turned the color of food you eat the most, what color would they be? It's not just green sea turtles that earn their names by how they look. Can you match these turtles to their names?
Whether they're fast or slow, a hatchling or an adult, swim in the sea or crawl in the forest, all turtles can use our help. Can you think of some things you can do to help turtles survive? First, if you find a turtle in nature, leave it there. Don't take turtles from the wild as a pet. When you're outside, leave no trace. Be careful not to disturb places turtles could live in, like piles of rocks and wood. Make sure you take anything you brought with you when you go. Avoid plastic. Big or small, freshwater or in the ocean, one of a turtle's biggest enemies is plastic. So many plastic items look like food a turtle would eat. Plastic sandwich bags, straws, candy wrappers all add up. Avoid plastic and choose a reusable whenever you can. The best way to reduce plastic pollution is avoiding it in the first place. Don't release balloons. A floating balloon eventually has to come down. When it does, there's a good chance a turtle could find it and mistake it for food.
Today we solved the mysteries of what a turtle's shell is made of, what the difference is between a turtle and a tortoise, and can a turtle leave its shell? Which answer surprised you the most? Let us know. Join us again next time, and thank you for staying home with Shed Aquarium. To continue exploring turtle mysteries, visit Shed Aquarium online.